child. Things done got right ghetto on this episode of The Bachelor. If you watched it, then you know what I'm talking about. And if you didn't watch it, it's okay. I'm gonna break it all down for you. Just grab yourself a drink or a drink. Let me know in the comments if you know the difference. And enjoy the rest of this video. So in this video, I'm mainly going to be focusing on episode 2, but I'm going to talk a little bit about some of my thoughts and my feelings about episode 1. So again, this is all my opinion. None of this is facts, but a lot of this is like strongly felt thoughts and feelings and opinions about what happened. This is actually my first time watching The Bachelor. I jumped on the whole Bachelor train, like, let me see what all the hype is about. This also just so happens to be the first season, I guess, that The Bachelor has chosen a Black man to be The Bachelor. So I was like, very interesting. So let me just get my thoughts out about that first. When I saw the first episode, I thought that he was a nice guy, but I knew that this episode would be different, or I knew that he would be different from a combination of when he took off his shirt, when he opened his mouth, when they showed his family. It's hard to kind of describe. You kind of just have a feeling. And like Black people, you just know when when you see somebody who's one of us, somebody you can relate to. In the Black community, there's this phrase, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, which just means just because you have brown skin or are Black, I guess, doesn't mean that you are like in the Black community, So that's kind of like what was going off in my head when I was looking at him and like listening to him and like seeing his introduction. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Something might be going on with this, right? He seems like guys that I've gone to high school with, college with, I've worked with. I'll kind of describe those type of Black guys. He seemed default Black to me. What is default Black? Default Black is you're Black only because one or both of your parents is Black and not because you participate in Black culture. That was the vibes I was getting from him. That was going off heavy, and I was trying to ignore it and just watch the show, just enjoy it. I should have known I wasn't going to be able to just watch the show and enjoy it because I was watching it, 1, as a woman, 2, as a Black woman, 3, as a married woman, 4, as a Christian woman, and 5, as a social worker. I was a therapist, a mental health, family, and child therapist in my previous job. I can't watch no show about people dynamics without wearing my social worker hat because it really never comes off. I always think like a therapist because that's just kind of like who I am. So I was trying to just, no, just watch the show, just enjoy it, just relax. Okay. Then we get to the part of the show where he sits, the host down, sits the host down and talks about the pressure that he's feeling as the first Black Bachelor. And as soon as he said that, I was like, I knew it. I knew something was up. I knew it. I already knew it from like all the things I said previously. But when he stopped the whole show, like the girls were about to come out in the limos or whatever, he stopped the whole show to tell this guy he's feeling pressure as the first Black Bachelor. He doesn't want to let the Black community down. He doesn't want to let the white community down. He's going to disappoint people because, his mom is white, his dad is Black. And I think people are pressuring him to be with a certain type of girl just because he's the first Black Bachelor. Matt, how can I put this delicately or in a way that doesn't sound mean? We know you're not Martin Luther King, okay? The fate of the Black community does not rest in your hands just because you have first Black in front of your name. This is a reality TV show on ABC that will affect your life very personally, but we, the Black community, gonna be all right. If you choose a white woman, you wouldn't be the first Black man to date a white woman, and you dang sure ain't gonna be the last. And honestly, you actually know that we think that you're going to choose a white woman. Matt did an interview recently. A friend sent me like a little blurb of it, where he said it was low-key frustrating that people took that comment and automatically assumed it meant he was going to be with a white woman. Well, yes, because why did you have to make a big deal about it? Just do the show, okay? Like, just do the show. I think he's overthinking it. He's putting that pressure on himself, I feel like. But here is how basically everybody in the Black community, or most people, translated that phrase. When he said,
"The pressure I'm putting on myself as the first Black Bachelor, people are expecting me to end up with a certain kind of person. I don't want to let anybody down."
Translation: I hope y'all don't think just because the world sees me as Black that I'm gonna date a Black woman. I'm first Black, but that don't mean it's gonna be Black love up in here, okay? My mom is white, and I like white women. So sorry to disappoint you, but that ain't gonna be happening over here. That's how a lot of us saw it. Like, just do the show. Let me also say this. I'm hoping that Matt being the first Black Bachelor is not just a figurehead thing. It's not just something that ABC is doing to seem relevant because of current climate of America and the world. I'm hoping that they didn't just choose him to be a figurehead. You know how like people are like, I'm not racist. I have Black friends. See, one. Is he the one? Is he ABC's one Black friend? I hope not. People are telling me that last season, The Bachelorette, the girl was also biracial. So I just don't know if they're just like trying to incorporate more diversity, but I'm just hoping that they're not trying to like seem relevant. Like, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter. Let's get a Black guy. It's good, but I just hope it's more than just like a thing for ratings, like a momentary thing. Even when Matt, I guess, has said like that he has dated Black women in the past and that he's mad that people assume that he only likes white girls. I need to see these Black women because if it's a Candace Owens type, it doesn't count. Sorry, because that's just default Black. That's not like she don't participate in Black culture, you know? And Matt, even like on his Instagram page, he has like a couple of Black Lives Matter posts that are like, you know, from this past year, from the summer when it was cool to say that Black Lives Matter. I don't know if George Floyd civil unrest, if he was like that Black and proud. So that's why people are just like, oh. Let me talk real quickly about the girls. Again, this is my first time watching The Bachelor. So for people who have watched, are the girls always this thirsty? Like, some of the girls was doing the most. The girl who showed up in lingerie thought she was doing the most. He saw it as like brave and like, wow, she's so confident. And I'm like, what? The girl who gave him a vibrator or showed him her vibrator that she'd been using during quarantine, the first, you know, like 30 seconds of meeting him, I thought it was crass. He was cracking up, like holding his stomach doubled over in laughter. He thought it was hilarious and was like, yeah, I love a confident woman. I love someone who can. I'm like, what? I just thought, yeah, a lot of the girls were just doing a little too much. I understand it's a competition. And I guess you have to do whatever you have to do to stand out. But like, aren't there other ways to do that besides like being literally naked the first 30 seconds of seeing somebody? And honestly, dating in the year 2020, 2021 is like The Bachelor unofficially. You probably are talking to a guy who's talking to 31 other women. I'm just saying, like, that's just how it is out here. Like, you probably are without even knowing it. You on The Bachelor unofficially. There were some girls from the first episode that I liked. I do like Bree. I do like Abigail. Abigail was the girl that he kissed the first time. Yes, she is white. I like Abigail though, because I feel like if we were coworkers, we would be friends. That kind of like her. So I do like Bree. I do like Abigail. I like Kayla, MJ, Chelsea. I do not like Victoria. Who's shocked by that? Who's shocked that I don't like Victoria? Victoria, as we all know, is just being there for the ratings. He has to pick her pretty much every rose ceremony because of the ratings. The producers, I'm sure, have not given him a choice in that. She just is team too much. And let's get into the second episode and I'll explain why. All right, so second episode, he's going on group dates and individual dates with girls. Who picks the activities? The first activity date that he did was riding ATVs in the mud. So Black people are not a monolith, right? We do all types of things, but there are certain things that most of us do more than other things. I've dated Black men. I've never had one ask me on an ATV date. I've gone to school with white boys who have done that. They didn't always take Black boys with them. So I'm not saying that Black people don't ride ATVs. I'm just saying that's not usually our thing. At the family reunion, we don't usually include an ATV race. That's all I'm saying. So I was like, interesting. Okay, ATV race. All right, he took Bree. Again, I like Bree. It's so hilarious to me that at one point he says to her, they're on two separate ATVs and then she gets on the back of his. Famous last words. He turns around and says to her, "Do you trust me?" She's like, "Yeah." Flips the girl off the ATV. Like him and her crash, fall over. If that ain't a metaphor or a foreshadowing for what that relationship / marriage might be like, if that ain't marriage for you. And then at the end of the episode, it's both of their job to get the ATV back on like its feet or whatever. I'm like, okay, do I trust you? Yes, you flip us, and now both of us got to clean up your mess. Again, marriage. Another video for another day. I just thought that was funny. Then the second it all feels like a game to me. The second activity is like taking pictures with the girls. Y'all pick wedding dresses or whatever. I just feel so sorry for the girls because like I don't want the girls to get hurt, but I know it's inevitable, I guess, from the way the show is set up. Like it's gonna happen. These girls are crying. I'm like, y'all don't even know this man. Like y'all didn't go to school and y'all were like friends for years and then you decided to date. You literally are just meeting him. And for the way these dates are going, and he's asking you to reveal like intimate, personal things about you, he's not doing the same. No one has asked him about his father. No one has asked him about how he is when he gets angry, overwhelmed, upset, how he handles finances. None of the girls are asking him that. They're just like this.
Yeah, you are the most gorgeous man I've ever met. Yeah, can I have a kiss?
Listen, yes, he's trying to see if he can marry you, but you need to be saying if you can marry him. All right? Ask him questions too. The interview is both ways. I don't care what they say. It's The Bachelor, but you are going to get a husband out of this. Girls, ask him questions too. Okay? So I hated that activity because not all of the girls have gotten one-on-one time with him. And then you break the group in half for this activity. Not all of them have gotten pictures with him in the wedding dress. And then you do a game where you have to capture his heart. And then half of those girls are broken down. They get to do like a group date with him. And then one of those girls, I'm like, there are girls on here who have not even gotten any time with him yet. And it's just not fair because I know that they're just like, I just want to talk to him so bad. And it's just, I feel bad for the girls. I don't want them to get hurt, but I know that it's happening and it's probably going to continue to happen. So let me talk about Victoria, the villain of the show. She's team too much. That's what I refer to her as, team too much. She somehow always brings the group conversation with the girls back to herself. She feels like she's entitled for some reason, because I don't feel like she's doing anything good that's making her stand out. She feels like she's entitled to a rose, entitled to a group date. Why didn't he choose me? Why did he choose her? Well, all the girls are thinking that, but she just feels like it's an injustice that she hasn't been chosen for like one-on-one dates. So I'm like, okay, girl, chill out. This episode, she reveals that her and Marilyn, I guess, are like roommates. Marilyn just says to her, so this is off camera. This is their interaction. They're telling us what's happening. Apparently, Marilyn says to Victoria, I just want to like pick your brain so I can get to know you better. So like we can like, understand each other. Victoria told the group that basically she spun it to make it seem like she was trying to manipulate her. And I was like, what are you talking about? What? I mean, every time I listen to Victoria or watch her, it always seems like something's off. And again, like I told you, being a social worker, previous therapist, I can't just watch people and just be like, oh, I just wonder what, that's interesting. No, I'm over here like, okay, let me just take out my DSM here. What is, let me see. What? Oh, there it is. The section on personality disorders. Yes. That's it. Yeah, I feel that. I don't care. She's something is, it ain't click. It feels like a personality disorder to me, just from having worked with people who have personality disorders. Let me tell you what I mean. Number one, she is the most insecure woman in that whole room, okay? The loudest person in the room is usually the most insecure. She is always making things about her, always spinning it around to her, always has to have the attention. I don't know if that's just like, did your mother not hold you enough as a baby because she subscribed to this lie that you can spoil a newborn if you hold them too much? Like, what is going, why are you, girl, chill out. That was what I was thinking the first episode. She was just doing too much. Like, okay, go in the corner and just wait in line like the other girls. You're no better than them. You all are on the same level here. But this episode, she really showed her behind. When she told the girls that Marilyn was being manipulative because she wanted to get to know her better, here's what was going on there. One, I think she is intimidated by Marilyn and is just trying to figure out some kind of conflict to get her taken off the show. Two, when Marilyn said that she wanted to pick her brain to get to know her better, I think that scared Victoria because that basically meant somebody was going to get close to her and was going to figure her out. And for her, I think she was like, no, do not get close to me. No, I don't want you to figure me out. Like, I don't want to make friends. She clearly kept saying,
I don't want to make friends. I'm not here to be in a sorority. I'm here for math.
For somebody who's not here to make friends, you always talking to the girls. Like, y'all notice she's always talking to people and they're not talking to her. Like, she always is just looking in the crowd talking, and girls are usually like already having their side conversations, and it's just like, who are you talking to? What? So I think it scared her that Marilyn was going to try and like create a bond with her. And after that, she was just out for blood. Like, she just became very, not passive aggressive. And I'm like, she don't want that girl to get close to her. Like, she don't want to be found out, or she just doesn't want that kind of like friendship. Like, what girl is against friendships with other girls? That is not healthy. What is going on with you? So when she called Marilyn out in front of all those girls or whatever and went to Matt and like created this big old conflict, she was doing that also to, I think, give a message to the other girls. Like, don't try me. She was making an example out of Marilyn because she took it way too far. Like, that could have just been between them two. And I'm like, Marilyn also has career goals. She's not into Matt. I mean, she likes him, he's cute, but I think she thinks she can do better. I can make a guy, or I can be with a guy who makes more money, who's cuter. I deserve this. Like, she makes people call her Queen Victoria. Like, at one point, she'd ask for a kiss from Matt after one of their multiple one-on-ones because she's always stealing time. He kissed her and she pulled away at the end. And that's when I knew. Because no, the girls don't pull away, usually. She did. And I was like, there it is. She's got career goals. She wants to be another Kardashian. She wants to be a TV personality or a household name. That girl is on this show and she is standing out for all the wrong reasons, but at least we're talking about her, right? So she's got career ambitions for sure. But I think she did all that because she was just trying to get Marilyn to be eliminated, and she felt intimidated by her, and she was going to eliminate that threat as quickly as she could. Marilyn, I was so angry that she wasn't standing up for herself when Matt confronted her and was like, I'm gonna get down to the bottom of this. Marilyn was not taking up for herself. She was just like,
I don't know what I could do to, I don't want to cause conflict. I just don't know what I could do to make you feel like you can believe me. Like,
and of course he didn't take that well. He was just like,
I just don't know what I think now. I don't know what I think about Marilyn. I have to just follow my gut.
I need y'all to have a therapist on this show for Matt and for the girls to be processing through this, because he seems like the kind of person that once a thought goes into his mind, it'll let it spiral and he'll go down this rabbit hole and then he'll self-sabotage and it's over. He needs someone to help him stay focused on the task, because I just feel like he's gonna get pulled in different directions and his emotions gonna get the best of him and it's gonna be bad. I don't know how the cameramen and the producers are just letting this happen. Anyone who watched that episode knew Victoria was making a big deal out of nothing. And if I was a cameraman, I'd be like, psst, psst, bro, she lying. She lying. No, don't believe her. Don't believe her. She lying. Y'all better make me sign an NDA or some kind of agreement that I'm not going to interfere, because I just can't sit by and let that happen. Like, I'd be dropping hints to him all day, okay? Like, I'd be saying, like, I saw the conversation. I heard it. You want me to play it back for you? I got it right here. I can play it back and you can see it, and then you can know, like, what you should do. You know what I mean? Like, he needs a fairy godmother. Somebody. He definitely got every woman in this room thinking they have a special connection. You do not have a special connection with 30 plus women. Every woman in that room is just like, I feel it. Do you feel it? I feel the connection. Like, when he looks at me, I feel it. Girl, he's scanning the room, okay? There are girls he likes there more than others. Naturally, that's just what happens. There's no way you like all of those girls equally, the same, at the exact same level. But they think he does. That's toxic to me, but that's how the show goes. I know. Listen, if you ain't feeling me, let me know now. Like, don't got me thinking I'm number one. Every girl in that room, I think, thinks they're the number one spot. No, it's not that way. He's just so nice that he just makes you think that. I don't like that. But I know that's how the show goes. I just don't like it. I don't want them to get hurt, but whatever. I guess that's how it goes. And let me just talk about Franco for a second. That was the photographer who was taking the pictures of the girls in their like mock wedding dress. He was like, you girls are lucky. You're very, very lucky. I mean, look at him. You girls are lucky. Contrary to popular belief, thoughts of this show, Matt is not the prize, okay? The women are the prize, all right? So again, thinking of this as a Christian, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. He is the one who would obtain favor. He considers himself a Christian. He opened the first night by prayer. He leads with that sometimes. He is the one who would obtain favor and find the good thing by finding a wife. The women are the prize. Matt is not the prize. Yes, it's a good thing for the girls too. Like, you know, oh, I get a husband out of this too. The women are the prize. Matt is not the prize. Women, ladies, you are the prize, okay? The men are the ones who reap all these benefits when they find the wife. They're the ones getting the helpmate, favor, their good thing. Like, you are the prize, not the guy. So anyways, those are my thoughts and my feelings and my opinions about the show. So far from watching, it's just the first 2 episodes, but it looks like it's going to be a good season. Let me know in the comments what you think. Again, these are my opinions, my thoughts, my feelings. If you disagree, that's fine. That's totally okay. We don't have to agree. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end of the video, give me some green hearts in the comments, and I will see you next time.